10 years ago, the city of Mumbai fell victim to one of the most horrific terrorist attacks the world has ever seen. Tonight, we commemorate the anniversary of 26/11. We honor those we lost, and we renew our joint resolve to prevent future atrocities like the one in Mumbai. I want to begin by expressing the solidarity of the United States with the people of India and the city of Mumbai. Today as a somber reminder that when one country suffers from terrorism, we all suffer. The Mumbai attack was directed at India and at the Indian people, but the terrorists shed the blood of many nations. 166 innocent men and women lost their lives over the course of 4 days, including 137 Indian citizens. The victims spanned at least 15 different nationalities and included 6 Americans. But the true horror of the attack cannot be measured in numbers alone. It must also be measured in the stories of the lives, the unique and irreplaceable lives that were lost. We remember Hemant Karkare, chief of Mumbai's anti-terrorist squad. We remember Ashok Kamte, commissioner of the city's police force. And we remember Vijay Salaskar, an inspector who'd spent 25 years with the city's police force. We honor these 3 men and all the security forces who perished responding to the attacks. We also remember the Americans who were killed. They included Rabbi Gabriel Holtzberg and his wife Rivka, 29 and 28 years old respectively, as well as their unborn child. They'd moved to Mumbai in 2003 to manage the Chabad House, a Hasidic community center and synagogue. Other victims included a Canadian doctor, a Japanese businessman, a young lawyer from Singapore. The dead included shopkeepers and fishermen. They were hotel staff and hotel guests. They were old and young. They were husbands and wives. They were sons and daughters. We remember them, and we resolve that they will not have died in vain. Our citizens died together, and so we must all work together to end the scourge of terrorism. We must prevent the terrorists who committed this act of barbarism, Lashkar-e-Toiba, from ever threatening our people again. In the last 10 years, we've made a lot of progress. Immediately after the attack in Mumbai, we made sure the international community saw LET for what it is, a terrorist group, and a particularly heinous one at that. We worked together to designate key LET figures at the United Nations, including its leader, Hafiz Saeed, and its operations chief, Zakir Rehman Lakvi. Beyond this, the United States has unilaterally designated dozens of LET operatives. We also issued 2 rewards for justice, calling for information that would lead to the arrest of Hafiz Saeed and Hafiz Abdul Rahman Maki, another senior LET leader. Last spring, the State Department designated several front groups as LET aliases. Make no mistake, whatever LET and its proxies choose to call themselves, we know them for what they are, terrorists. Last night, as the ambassador mentioned, the State Department announced a new Rewards for Justice offer. We are now offering up to $5 million for information leading to the arrest or conviction of anyone who committed or assisted the horrific attacks in Mumbai. With this, we remind the world that we have not forgotten those who perished 10 years ago, and we will not rest until the perpetrators are brought to justice. As Secretary Pompeo said, it is an absolute affront to the victims of Mumbai and to their families who grieve them to this day that after 10 years, those who planned these despicable acts have still not been convicted for their crimes. We call on all countries, particularly Pakistan, to do their part in bringing the perpetrators to justice. All countries must uphold their international obligations to take action against this UN-sanctioned terrorist group and its leaders. As the 2 largest democracies in the world, the United States and India are bound together. We're bound by our shared values, by our economic ties, and by the close relationships between our peoples. These bonds will not be shattered by terrorism. They will grow only stronger as our nations expand our security partnership. For security is the bedrock upon which all relationships are built. As Secretary Pompeo emphasized earlier this year in Delhi, the ties between our two nations will only continue to deepen. Thank you again, Mr. Ambassador, for allowing me to commemorate this solemn occasion with you tonight. It's been an honor to pay tribute to the victims of the Mumbai attack. Thank you.